Hey, welcome back guys, John L here. So, this video is about the shield training for Nightcrawler. We're going to take a look at that, see if we can get a Nightcrawler cover, and also take a look at some of the differences in shield training from when they initially unveiled it with a rogue. So, I know this event was a big disappointment, or a moderate disappointment, or some form of disappointment for a lot of people, just because there's a ton of restrictions on this thing. So there was character restrictions. They expected you to have three 4-star characters, which were kind of classics, which were probably in the rosters of a lot of kind of veteran players, but newer players probably didn't have them, especially since for most recently, they had only the most recent 12 4-stars in packs, so, you know, you might not have had a decent chance of picking up those characters. So that was one thing, and then the level criteria was another big thing too, for the different rows, and I believe it was broken down by rows. I think this time it's broken down by columns. They expected you to have your characters at a certain level, which for 4-star characters is kind of expensive, and I believe they expected you to have champ max characters or champ characters for the last bunch, which was what you needed to complete to get the rogue cover. So anyways, we jumped in, and the first node was just the introductory thing where we got to play around with Nightcrawler. It was a little bit long and a little bit underwhelming. And I mean, they kind of set you up against kind of an annoying team too. So a lot of defense here and nonsense. So let's take a look at this first row. Looks like the characters are stronger than they were in the previous shield training. Look at the individual training. Yeah, they want you to have a Nightcrawler. So that's pretty standard. Let's see how this all goes. So this is all about required characters. Again, like everything here is required. You can see the, red circle over the node. Cool little art there, and then everything's essential. So it looks like first one is Rogue. And I'm not going to try to string these out, so we'll just go ahead and use our strongest characters and Thanos. So if you have a 5, use a 5. Even if they're weak, they'll do a lot of match damage, and then pair them up with Thanos with a bunch of court deaths. And that should make short work of these things. So let's find the weakest guy and drop the hammer. Okay, so first off, I guess hopefully you got a rogue, because if you don't have a rogue, then you're already out of the running. And that's a brand new 4-star. Although I feel like they've given a good amount of opportunities to get her. So, let's see. Oh. Okay, looks like I'm not doing this also. Requires a 209 rogue. Actually, let's see what's going on here. Call for backup. Alright, as long as it's not rogue in this last node. Well, let's see what's going on. This is interesting. So they want what level rogue here? Okay, I can't do this one, so I don't have a 120 rogue. Alright, so for the first column, they expect you to have rogue. And they expect you to get her up to 209, but the only thing you get is a hunt token. Okay, if I can't get that, that's fine. That's reasonable. Okay, so Invisible Woman. She's the second column. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do the easy fights here, just so we can get an idea of what characters are required for each column. And I'm gonna make a wild assumption. Alright, 250, yay. Wild assumption that this is gonna be a 120 invisible woman, and this is a 209 invisible woman. Okay, alright. So basically the first row is just 0 level, just required character. Second is level 120, and the third is 209. And first row is, or first column is rogue, second column is invisible woman. Again, the prize at the bottom is a hunt token. And the reason why you want to get those is just because Nightcrawler is featured in there, so that's another opportunity. So this is Elektra. Which Elektra are we talking about here? Does it matter? Elektra unkillable. Let's see if will they allow you to sub in the 3-star Elektra. Where's my 3-star Elektra? She's a little bit higher than that. Right. So if we didn't see her, which means she's probably blocked out. Okay. So they want you to have Elektra unkillable. So those are a couple of pretty classic characters too. Elektra unkillable, invisible woman. They're pretty old. So it's kind of luck of the draw. But I think it's going to be the last one, which anybody really cares about. So, rogue, and let's take a look, another hunt token. But we really want Nightcrawler. So who's this? Oh. We have to have this whole team? Wait, hold on a second. What's going on here? 120, call for backup 2, Elektra. Call for backup. Okay, so it's a fixed team of Invisible Woman, Elektra, and Rogue. And if I'm understanding this, they want you to have level 120 and 209? Are you kidding me? So, I would say they have made this event worse. Because, as exclusive as it was the first time around, I was able to get it. And I have pretty much everything. Well, not everything, but I have quite a bit. A lot of the 4 stars, almost up to level 200. But not a rogue for sure. So I want to see how this plays out. They require the same team, so they really just want you to have like a maxed out rogue. Well, let's see before I. They're overreacting. Alright, so we can steal 1. Let's go ahead and what do we want to do? Alright. Okay, well, how do we throw that down? Okay, so let's see how this shakes down. We got through the first fight for call for backup. We got a hunt token. Let's see what the second call for backup is about. Yep, they want you to have a level 209 rogue. What a load of shit, seriously. I can't believe they're doing this. Did they not, like, listen or, you know, read any of the messages? This event is ridiculous. I mean, like, why, how do they expect people to have, you know, a new 4-star at essentially, what is 209, like 11 covers? In like a week? 2 weeks? I mean, how many people are gonna have that? That's ridiculous. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm in the pool with people who are now going to be disappointed about shield training. So, I guess I'll get my hunt tokens and, well, my 2 hunt tokens, because, look, 2 nodes, 2 columns. 2 columns are about having, like, essentially a maxed out rogue. Like, what is that about? Like, who thought of this? Like, that person needs to get fired. So, there have been so many events that they've released to introduce new characters. I'm looking at Ant-Man. Ant-Man was a good one where, you know, it was a thing where they had, what, 5 or 6 nodes, and, you know, you just went through some tough fights or something and got an Ant-Man cover at the end. I know that, well, I don't know if Ant-Man was also released in a PvE event, or just that special event, and I know this is an additional event, but it really is just kind of ridiculous. I mean, this whole event is really just for, like, whales, I would say. This is kind of like, hey guys, we know you're spending, like, tons of money, here's your event, you can get, like, an extra Nightcrawler cover, this is all for you guys. That's really disappointing. I mean, I feel like this event is all about, like, pandering for money, just because, yeah, I mean, if you're one of the, like, elite players who plays a ton, then you're probably in the PvP getting the rogue covers, and you're probably, you know, fighting to get, like, you know, top 5 position or something like that to get, you know, 3 or 4, but, and then you're probably, you know, spending your hero points to get 10 packs and 40 packs and try to get a rogue, but it's ridiculous. I mean, how many people are really doing that? So, think about that. Of the total group of Puzzle Quest players, what tiny little percentage has, you know, a maxed out rogue? I mean, you know, good for whoever does, and whoever got one just, you know, through, I guess, normal playing, but I feel like you have to be kind of all about this game at kind of an exceptional level to have done it. So anyways, I'm disappointed with shield training. I was hoping that they would open it up more for just more people in general, but it looks like they've even restricted it even more. So, yeah, D3 Go, like, open this thing up or just get rid of it, because it's kind of embarrassing. You might as well just give, like, elite players, you know, people who spend a lot of money, like an extra Nightcrawler cover or 2, because this is kind of just like a farce. So, anyways, that's my idea on it. Maybe when I get, actually, not, you know what, this is it. I'm not gonna record anymore, just because, okay, what are we gonna do? Get down and get a couple more hunt tokens, and then, what, I'll go through individual training, and is there a level restriction on this thing? Yeah, 111. Yeah, I'm not gonna get a 251 Nightcrawler. So again, this event's pretty much over. So yeah, that's shield training. I would lump it in as a disappointment. What they need to do is, if they're gonna introduce these characters and create these events specifically for that, then they need to do it in a way where they can actually give a legit to, like, a lot more players than just, like, the top 1 or 2%. So, anyways, let me know what your guys' thoughts on this are. And thanks for watching, guys. Take care.